Yo, 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 what is good, world? Y'all already know, man. It's your boy Gio. I'm back, man. I'm back. We back at it with another one, man. We here. This topic right here, man, is something crazy, man. It's about the UFO stuff, man. The theory about that, man, and how Congress has had a meeting and whatnot, man, and they've been talking and chiming in with each other about, you know, people that's involved with those sites and things that they didn't encounter with the UFOs, and the speed and how it's crazy when the pilots was not able to keep up, and it's just been that thing that's just been unfolding, and they actually had another hearing, and it's crazy what a lot of people have been coming forward with about this scenario, and it's something that's big. It's one of the biggest things out that you can talk about, and if it would come out that it is real life aliens and what's going on in Area 51, places like that. It's like if that unfolded, it's like the biggest thing in the world. So this is like a stepping stone for furthermore, and really cracking down onto it to um, move accordingly and proceed with caution and with law as well involved. So when you put those laws in place to where you have enough evidence, you can override something, if you will. Yeah, it was pretty uh, integrated as far as their meeting. Things that they couldn't say, the things that they could say. Then it's like when you look at it, it's like when they ask you a question and you like, I can't answer that, or I'm not authorized to answer that because they signed an agreement on certain things, but then there's certain things you can say. It's like for me, it's like, man, kind of make it obvious to where it's like if you can't answer that at that particular rate, but you're able to say these certain things, it's like, yo, it's like obvious that it is what it is happening, because otherwise you should be able to just answer it freely and then just say, hey, I don't want to answer that. But for you to say that you're not able to answer that for certain contracts and agreements and whatever, man, it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. But y'all gotta check this out, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, man, with the UFOs, man. This is a big topic, man, that everybody's been talking about for so long, and everybody's been wanting to get that word in on, hey, what's really going on, what's out there, like, are we alone, and it's getting in place, and things are unfolding. I can't say the progress is there. It's being made, rather. Progress is being made. So for me, yeah, this is something big. I mean, this is like one of the biggest things. And yeah, man, y'all gotta tune in on this one. Like this is crazy, man. Like this is a big topic. Like I said, a lot of people say that the world is not ready for it. A lot of people say the world's not ready for it. For the truth. A lot of people are panicked. Definitely big panic mode. Um, yeah, I think that we're ready for it. It's time to really stop beating around the bush. And it's a lot of elites. Allegedly, they have it's the biggest elite team. They have their own military. They have their own everything outside of our, you know, uh, military and everything. And yeah, it's crazy. Y'all gotta check this out. Let's talk about this in the comments. Keep this one short. And yeah, let's chat about it on y'all opinions when y'all check this out. And definitely I'll give y'all more updates as it comes out. Hit that subscribe button, man. Subscribe to the channel. hit that for me. Let's do that, and let's continue to grow, man. Let's continue to be a family, man, and network and share great things, man. And peace, love, and happiness, man. Stay happy, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.
Live at Capitol Hill, where a highly anticipated congressional hearing is set for today on a topic that's moved from the fringes to the mainstream. Unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, better known to most of us as UFOs. You've got government officials, military experts, and even some whistleblowers who are expected to testify, including 3 who first broke their stories exclusively to us here at News Nation over the course of the last year. News Nation's Joe Khalil is...
NASA has whole archives of data, much of which I believe will likely have information that will help inform UAP. We need only look. And again, in an era with AI and ML, we can relatively quickly and easily go through it. So I think it's something that we should encourage NASA to do.
This is a presentation from the UATP task force. This is completely absurd. It's nuts, this level of censorship, of redaction on a document. It shows the redaction of how many reports they've collected, for how many years. 2 of the 3 potential explanations are blacked out. The Pentagon, the intelligence community is treating us like children. It's time for us to know the truth about this. I think that we can handle it.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft, yes or no?
Yes.
In your book, you mentioned government employees who've been injured by UAPs placed on leave and receiving government compensation for their injuries. Is that correct?
That is correct.
How can the government deny we have recovered craft if they're paying people because they've been injured by recovered craft?
Ma'am, that's a great question. That's why I think we're here again.
I really believe that we should use this hearing as a catalyst to improve and bolster our air defense capabilities and our maritime domain awareness capabilities, because obviously there are holes in it, whether it be UAP of non-HI direction or NHI direction, or, like as you say, sir, China or any other adversary.
We have possession of bodies.
Yes. Yes.
We have is it multiple types of creatures, or?
Sir, I couldn't answer that. I can tell you anecdotally that it was discussed quite a bit when I was at the Pentagon.
Is this part of the Lockheed Martin discussion, or is this the biologics is a completely separate?
Separate yet related.
Okay. Has there been any, to your knowledge, any communication with a non-human life form?
So the term communication is a bit of a trick word because there's verbal communication like we're having now. The problem is you also have nonverbal communication. And so I would say definitively yes, but from a nonverbal meaning, when a Russian reconnaissance aircraft comes into U.S. airspace, we scramble 2 F-22s, and we are certainly communicating intent and capability. I think the same goes with this. We have these things that are being observed over controlled U.S. airspace. And they're not really doing a good job hiding themselves. They're making it pretty obvious they have the ability to even interfere with our nuclear equities and our nuclear readiness. Certainly there seems to be some indication that they're being provocative, meaning that they're, in some cases, literally splitting aircraft formations right down the middle. So that's an air safety issue. The question is it the frequency increasing? And really the response is, it depends. Yes, it's possible that there is an increase in frequency, but it's also possible that there's heightened awareness now, and there's also more pervasiveness of technology out there that's collecting this information and that can record this information. So we're not quite sure yet if it's actually an increase in numbers of these events, or is it that we have better equipment now to record these things?
They just confirmed aliens are from our oceans, and they have proof of it. In the Oversight Committee hearing that was broadcasted worldwide, 4 witnesses, including a retired Navy commander, confirmed to Congress that non-human higher intelligence exists, and we're in possession of their technology. They said we have UAP material and bioorganic material, and so does every other country, and behind closed doors, they're all in a race trying to reverse engineer the technology that they have. They said they have video evidence of them appearing from the oceans all across the world, and they've been here much longer than us. We've seen the UAPs move and react so quickly, and based on their technology, they believe they're being controlled by a mind-body connection. They said that some of these beings appear to be interdimensional, and that a human can withstand up to 9 Gs of force before suffering fatal consequences, but the technology they're working on is producing upwards of 3,000 Gs. That this is only the tip of the iceberg compared to what the government is not telling us. But let me know what you guys think about all of this, and I'll keep you guys updated.
So you're telling me you believe the megalodon is not extinct and actually still out there?
Brother, I don't just believe, I know. 11 years ago, I was a part of a classified NASA operation called Project Deep Dive. We were researching deep sea marine biology. And when I say deep sea, I mean really deep. Like most of our research expeditions were over 30,000 feet under the ocean's surface. When you're that deep in the ocean, you start to realize how little we know about this abyss we call the ocean. We might as well have been in deep space. That's what it feels like when you're down there. Like we were discovering new species every day. So one day we were on a routine field expedition when I see something strange on my radar. It was picking up a reading of a contact that was over 200 feet long and was moving at like 2 miles per hour. I'm thinking to myself, like, this must be a glitch. I radio the other submarine. We always did research in pairs, so he was close by. I asked him, like, hey, are you seeing this? Without asking me to clarify, he just says, yeah, I'm seeing it. At this point, I don't know what to think. Like the biggest...
Everybody's freaking out because they just confirmed that aliens are in the ocean, but I honestly knew something was up with the ocean the second that I heard that we have discovered more of space than what we have the ocean on Earth. I always wanted to know, how is it scientifically possible that we have discovered more of space that has multiple different planets and multiple planets that we're still discovering till this day that we haven't even stepped foot on than our own ocean? I'm no astronaut, but I heard it takes years and years to get to different places in space, and then we have black holes where we don't even know where the hell those go to. And like I said, we've never stepped foot on these multiple different planets. So how in the world do we know more about space than our ocean on our one planet called Earth? That's absolutely wild to me. There's multiple different planets and we are only one planet, and we don't know more about something that's just on our planet than we do the whole damn galaxy. It really don't shock me that they're saying that aliens are in the ocean, because we know more about the space where we thought that they came from. But does this mean that they're not even really aliens? They're saying that they live underneath the ocean, right? So you really wouldn't call them aliens if they're not from outside space or whatever the hell you want to call it. 2024 is wild, man. I'm done.
If you don't already know, the aliens are coming in 3 weeks. The James Webb Telescope has detected non-human ships heading for Earth at light speed. Estimated time is 3 weeks. But of course, this is only a small snippet of ships, as there are thousands of ships already here. But we cannot see them because they are on a different frequency.
I believe at 1,000%. There are about 100 families that run the entire planet. And these people are extremely dark. They believe it's their right to rule over us. They believe that we're nothing but to be beneath them, that their boot is, we deserve to have their boot on our neck. And it's not about money with them. It's all about the power and the control at the end of the day. Money to them means nothing because they can just print as much money as they possibly want. They can just add fake zeros and ones to an account and utilize it whenever they want. We proved this by sending millions of dollars to Ukraine. We just keep sending money. It's just digital. It's numbers. It's like, you know, I mean, it's not even real money. It doesn't exist. So in that case, it's not about the money. It's about control. And I believe that we as the people on this planet, the biggest thing I have to keep saying, the divide and conquer tactics must fall away. We have to begin to see through them. I'm white, you're black, I'm indigenous, you're from Europe, you're European, and I'm Baptist, it keeps going. Everything is divided. There's no synergy, there's no unity. We have to come to the point, man, and be like, no, we're not going to fall for this anymore. We're going to unite and we're going to organize, and we're going to take back control of our planet. And I think that's when we're going to see some of these higher beings that have been watching us step in. When they realize that, oh, we're going from being adolescents to grown-ups, we're getting ready to become full-blown adults in our reality, that maybe there'll be a chance for them. Now they'll step in and give us some assistance.
I know something different is going on in his head.
Right. The tiny candle of consciousness that constitutes humanity, it is all that there is in this vast darkness.
Is Elon Musk an alien?
Do you become a multi-planet civilization or not? And if you don't, it's simply a matter of time before something happens on your planet that causes us to die out.
When Joe Rogan and Elon Musk sit down, the conversation often takes unexpected twists, and this time is no different.
If anyone would know about aliens on Earth, it would probably be me. Where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us. I don't know.
With Musk's extraordinary achievements, visionary ideas, and some truly out-of-this-world claims, it's no wonder people joke that he might actually be an alien.
Life would change forever if you had undeniable contact.
Let's dive into the idea that has stirred countless discussions and theories. Is Elon Musk an alien? Joe Rogan has had some interesting conversations about this. In various episodes of The Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan has humorously tossed around the idea that Elon Musk could be an extraterrestrial due to his unmatched ambition, his vision for humanity's future, and his seemingly otherworldly achievements. So today, we're exploring all the peculiarities that make Musk seem, well, not of this world. And we'll break down the reasons that have led people to this tongue-in-cheek conclusion. 1. Elon Musk's vision for humanity's interplanetary future. One of the biggest reasons people joke about Elon Musk being an alien is his intense dedication to interplanetary travel and colonization. For most of us, the idea of humans living on Mars sounds like a distant sci-fi fantasy. But Musk has a relentless vision for making it a reality, and he's openly stated that he wants to make humanity a multiplanetary species. He envisions millions of humans living on Mars in the near future, building new cities, starting new societies, and even creating a backup plan for humanity in case Earth becomes uninhabitable. It's not just talk either. SpaceX, his space exploration company, has made groundbreaking advances in rocket technology, successfully launching reusable rockets and developing the Starship, a massive spacecraft designed to carry large numbers of people to Mars. Think about it. No one else on Earth has made interplanetary colonization the core mission of their career. Some people joke that Musk might be so passionate about Mars because he's actually trying to return home. 2. Elon's technological obsession with artificial intelligence. Another reason Musk's behavior can come across as alien is his intense focus on artificial intelligence. Unlike most tech visionaries, Musk has a complex relationship with AI. On one hand, he believes AI could potentially outsmart humanity and has warned about its risks, saying that it could be more dangerous than nuclear weapons. But on the other hand, he's also the founder of Neuralink, a company working on creating direct interfaces between the human brain and computers. It's as if he's playing a double role. On the one hand, warning us about the dangers of AI, while on the other hand, pushing.
Let me be clear. UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of our adversaries. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocated taxpayer dollars and hidden from our elected representatives and oversight bodies. For many years, I was entrusted with protecting some of our nation's most sensitive programs. In my last position, I managed a special access program on behalf of the White House and the National Security Council. As such, I appreciate the need to protect certain sensitive intelligence and military information. I consider my oath to protect secrets as sacred, and I will always put the safety of the American people first. With that said, I also understand the consequences of excessive secrecy and stovepiping. Nowhere was this more apparent than in the aftermath of 9/11, which many of us remember all too well. I believe that America's greatness depends on three elements. A watchful Congress, B, a responsive executive branch, and C, an informed public. Over the last decade and a half, I learned that certain UAP programs were and are operating without any of these elements. Although much of my government work on the UAP subject still remains classified, excessive secrecy has led to grave misdeeds against loyal civil servants, military personnel, and the public, all to hide the fact that we are not alone in the cosmos. A small cadre within our own government involved in the UAP topic has created a culture of suppression and intimidation that I've personally been victim to, along with many of my former colleagues. This includes unwarranted criminal investigations, harassment, and efforts to destroy one's credibility. Most Americans would be shocked to learn that the Pentagon's very own Public Affairs Office openly employs a professional psychological operations officer as the singular point of contact for any UAP-related inquiries from citizens and the media. This is unacceptable. Many of my former colleagues and I have provided classified testimony to both the Department of Defense and the Intelligence Community Inspector General, and many of us have subsequently been targeted by this cabal with threats to our careers, our security clearances, and even our lives. This is not hyperbole, but a genuine fact, and this is wrong. To fix these problems, I propose 3 principal actions. First, Congress and the President should create a single point of contact responsible for a whole-of-government approach to the UAP issue. Currently, the White House, CIA, NASA, the Pentagon, Department of Energy, and others play a role, but no one seems to be in charge, leading to unchecked power and corruption. Second, we need a national UAP strategy that will promote transparency and help restore the American public's trust at a time when the public's trust is at an all-time low. This strategy should include a whole-of-government approach, including the academic and scientific communities, the private sector, and our international partners and allies. Third, Congress should create a protected environment so whistleblowers desperate to do the right thing can come forward without fear. As it currently stands, these whistleblowers suffer because of stigma, a code of silence, and concerns about retaliation. These whistleblowers should be encouraged to come forward in ways that protect them against any forms of retaliation. Policies and procedures should ensure that protection, and for those who refuse to cooperate, it is up to the members of this committee and the other lawmakers to wield their subpoena power against hostile witnesses and prevent additional government funding to those UAP efforts that remain hidden from congressional oversight. In closing, we as Americans have never been afraid of a challenge. In fact, we thrive on them, whether it's eradicating polio or going to the moon. We don't run from a challenge, we take it head on. To the incoming administration and Congress, I say to you, we need immediate public transparency, and this hearing is an important step on that journey. If we approach the UAP topic in the same way as we, as Americans, have met other challenges, we can restore our faith in our government institutions. Together, we can usher in a new era of accountable government and scientific discovery. I believe that we as Americans can handle the truth, and I also believe the world deserves the truth. Thank you, esteemed members of Congress, for your time today. It is profoundly appreciated by many.
Everybody's freaking out because they just confirmed that aliens are in the ocean, but I honestly knew something was up with the ocean the second that I heard that we have discovered more of space than what we have the ocean on Earth. I always wanted to know, how is it scientifically possible that we have discovered more of space that has multiple different planets and multiple planets that we're still discovering till this day that we haven't even stepped foot on than our own ocean? I'm no astronaut, but I heard it takes years and years to get to different places in space, and then we have black holes where we don't even know where the hell those go to. And like I said, we've never stepped foot on these multiple different planets. So how in the world do we know more about space than our ocean on our one planet called Earth? That's absolutely wild to me. There's multiple different planets and we are only one planet, and we don't know more about something that's just on our planet than we do the whole damn galaxy. It really don't shock me that they're saying that aliens are in the ocean, because we know more about the space where we thought that they came from. But does this mean that they're not even really aliens? They're saying that they live underneath the ocean, right? So you really wouldn't call them aliens if they're not from outside space or whatever the hell you want to call it. 2024 is wild, man. I can't. I'm done.
Well, this is ride or die time. I mean, this is a time for witnesses to come forward and share information that they feel has been hidden from the American public. We have agencies like AARO within the federal government that we don't know how much they're spending on these types of programs, these special access programs for unidentified aerial phenomena. Why is that classified? So I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to learn about any crash retrieval programs that we have. One of the witnesses may have some expertise in that as well. And if there's no there, then why is the federal government spending money on this, and how much have they spent? What kind of technology do we or private contractors have, or maybe our adversaries, or something else? So I think it'll be very interesting and historic hearing today.
A newly released image has surfaced showing a UFO that was shot down by a U.S. fighter jet over Canada in February of 2023. And it depicts what's described as a cylindrical object hovering about 40,000 feet above the Yukon just days before it was taken out of the sky. On February 11th, 2023, a U.S. F-22 fighter jet fired a missile at the object after it was first tracked flying over Alaska days earlier. Officials from both the U.S. and Canada began monitoring the object once it crossed into Canadian airspace, leading to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau giving the order to shoot it down just after 4:50 p.m. But what exactly was this object?
How can the government deny we have recovered craft if they're paying people because they've been injured by recovered craft?
Ma'am, that's a great question. That's why I think we're here again, because I've seen the documentation by the U.S. government for several of these individuals who have sustained injuries as a result of a UAP incident.
It's a crazy idea, right? The hypocrisy and the logic. Okay, Mr. Schellenberger, I'm going to say it again to be very clear. Immaculate Constellation. What's its mission and how are they funded?
Its mission is to, as I stated, its mission is to, it's an unacknowledged special access program. Its mission is to document UAPs.
Okay, and do you, for your story and your report, do you have more than one credible source?
I do.
Sourcing, okay.
I do.
And then why do you believe your sources to be credible? How do you judge the veracity of the documentation you've been provided about this program?
I checked the sources, and they are who they say they are. They are current or former government officials.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to also add that I did not specify that they were Defense Department employees. I didn't specify the agency nor the gender.
Would they have included non-government employees, people that aren't employed by the government?
These are, I'm comfortable saying that these are government or previously government employees.
Any of them currently employed by a private contractor or private contractors?
I'd rather not say.
Okay. What's the key takeaway, just a few seconds, about the Immaculate Constellation document you provided us today?
I think that what the American people need to know is that the U.S. military and intelligence community are sitting on a huge amount of visual and other information, still photos, video photos, other sensor information, and they have for a very long time. And it's not those fuzzy photos and videos that we've been given. There's very clear
high res,
high resolution.
How many visuals, graphics, videos, photos?
I mean, I've been told hundreds, maybe thousands. I mean, I also wanted to say, because there was some conversation around concern around the revealing of these materials, revealing the source collections, but some of these are shot from helicopters using normal videos of oceans. I just think that's absurd that somehow you're going to be revealing some secret U.S. technology by revealing that you've photographed orbs off the coast of Kuwait. I think that what the American people need to know is that the U.S. military and intelligence community are sitting on a huge amount of visual and other information, still photos, video photos, other sensor information, and they have for a very long time. And it's not those fuzzy photos and videos that we've been given. There's very clear
high res,
high resolution.
How many visuals, graphics, videos, photos?
I mean, I've been told hundreds, maybe thousands. I mean, I also wanted to say, because there was some conversation around concern around the revealing of these materials, revealing the source collections, but some of these are shot from helicopters using normal videos of oceans. I just think that's absurd that somehow you're going to be revealing some secret U.S. technology by revealing that you've photographed orbs off the coast of Kuwait.
Were you worried about what you were going to say today?
Yeah, absolutely. But I got to say, Chris, I think this was really a historic day for both Congress and for the American people. I think it was a win-win. This is now the second hearing on this topic that's been open to the public, and hopefully the public is now getting an understanding of how long our government has actually been involved in this topic despite decades of denial. I think it's important to know that we have absolutely been able to confirm the existence of some sort of technology that has the ability to operate with anonymity within our controlled U.S. airspace, operate over our sensitive military installations, and possibly interfere with our nuclear equities. Now, if that's not a national security concern, I don't know what is. Let me be clear. UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of our adversaries. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocated taxpayer dollars and hidden from our elected representatives and oversight bodies.
Congress just confirmed that aliens actually come from the ocean.
It all sounds straight out of a science fiction movie, but these unidentified airborne objects are taken very serious. And this morning, their new report revealing that these sightings are on the rise.
Obviously, this has been talked about for quite a long time, and even a couple months ago, someone had spotted a glowing UFO under the ocean, in which people automatically thought it was AI. But then again, you guys let me know what you think.
Let me be clear. UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. Furthermore, the U.S. is in possession of UAP technologies, as are some of our adversaries. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocated taxpayer dollars.
Oh my God, aliens are from our oceans, confirmed today in the Oversight Committee hearing, a live stream that was broadcasted all over the world. The 4 witnesses, which included a retired Navy commander, a rear admiral, confirmed to the Oversight Committee of Congress, hey, they are real. We have UAP materials and bioorganic materials, not just us. Every other country behind closed doors is doing a secret advanced arm race trying to reverse engineer all the technology that they found. They said they're from our oceans. We have 4K video evidence of them appearing from the ocean out of Kuwait, out of Africa, the East Coast, the West Coast, Mexico. Every continent on this planet has UAP video evidence all leaving our oceans. They say it's not human, it is an intelligent, artificial, or bioorganic, but it's some type of intelligence that is eons ahead of us humans, and they've been here longer than us. What the hell is going on?
You've learned about the UAP activity in our oceans, particularly. Have you spoken with sources who have provided any evidence or eyewitness accounts of these UAPs interacting with our naval forces or being detected by our underwater surveillance systems?
Nothing beyond what's in the report and in the specific case that I mentioned with you earlier.
And so this report says it all. There's no other information that we are aware of regarding the activity within our waters.
I have other sources that have told me that have shared a significant amount of information, but they're not comfortable with me sharing it.
Okay. Are there any technological capabilities observed in these oceanic UAPs that seem to defy our current understanding of physics or our engineering capabilities?
It seems like they all do.
Yes, I would agree with that.
They just confirmed aliens are from our oceans and they have proof of it. In the Oversight Committee hearing that was broadcasted worldwide, 4 witnesses, including a retired Navy commander, confirmed to Congress that non-human higher intelligence exists and we're in possession of their technology. They said we have UAP material and bioorganic material, and so does every other country, and behind closed doors, they're all in a race trying to reverse engineer the technology that they have. They said they have video evidence of them appearing from the oceans all across the world, and they've been here much longer than us. We've seen the UAPs move and react so quickly, and based on their technology, they believe they're being controlled by a mind-body connection. It said that some of these beings appear to be interdimensional and that a human can withstand up to 9 Gs of force before suffering fatal consequences, but the technology they're working on is producing upwards of 3,000 Gs. That this is only the tip of the iceberg compared to what the government is not telling us, but let me know what you guys think about all of this, and I'll keep you guys updated.
We're kind of preparing the U.S. population, at least, and by extension, the world population, into that reality that there is a presence here, and that we need to explain this presence. Because if they show up and we continue to do what we did before in previous decades, and they show up, there will be mass panic. But if you understand that these are real, and we have 5 years from 2022, or maybe now 4 years, if they come in 2027, for the U.S. government to prepare the people about what is up there. And in many ways, I think the word got out within the government that they're showing up in 2027, and we better be prepared. And if not, there's going to be a lot of explaining to do. And so I think that dialogue has happened within, inside the government, in certain areas inside the government, that we need to prepare. And that's why in 2017, that set a clock of 10 years. And why Lou Elizondo earlier in this year said, you know, just find a hobby for 5 years. And, you know, it'll all be out in 5 years. And he said that this year, so that was 2027. And I would say I've heard 2027 in a kind of an official capacity that I can't reveal. So I think I would say that people in the government are aware of something happening, and that there's limited time, a few more years to prepare the people, and that's what's ramping up this acceleration from the previous 7 decades of not even acknowledging it to now we are acknowledging it at a faster and faster pace.